I spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool. Bad Bunny. Oh, by the way, this was billed as the co-main event, but it was the third to the last match. So do with that what you want. And
Well, Zelina Vega was billed as Puerto Rican, and she's from New York, so they're not on a good track record of being truthful here.
well, but they weren't. This was a San Juan street fight, I guess was the title. Damian Priest versus Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny, he got a massive pop when he came out. I will say it was kind of cool hearing, even though I don't know anything about Bad Bunny, but the whole crowd was singing his theme song as he was walking out, and it sounded like a concert.
So you don't know anything about Bad Bunny?
Nope.
I don't either. So doesn't that kind of take away the credence of him being the biggest superstar in the world, or whatever the fuck Michael Cole kept saying?
No, that just means we're out of touch. So Bad Bunny, he just main evented both nights of Coachella, and there was another big musical fest that he was just at.
Okay.
So these are the biggest musical fest in the world. Just that, and he was the main event of all three of them.
Who is he playing with?
I don't know.
Well, that don't mean nothing, because if he's playing with like Puddle of Mud or something.
The young people understand all that. I don't understand it. I'll go ahead and say that. But I did ask my roommate. I said, "What are we looking at here? Like, put in perspective to someone I would know." And she said that this would be equivalent. And I already said this is not equivalent. Okay.
Okay.
But she said this is probably equivalent to Michael Jackson in the 80s wrestling for WWE. And I said, no, it's not Michael Jackson. By the way, the match is happening at this point. Now we're talking about this is this is not a comparison right now, because bitches were fainting when Michael Jackson touched them on the hand. They were fainting.
He right now he's not at the level of Michael Jackson when he was with the Jackson 5. What the fuck is your roommate talking about?
And he's smashing one of the Kardashians too, which is another feat.
Was it Bruce?
Come on. Are we the same person? I made that joke. When she told me that, the first thing I said was it the
Well, it's in fairness, it is an easy joke.
it's the low-hanging fruit.
Yeah, you just gotta deal with the consequences.
But yeah, so I wouldn't say it was Michael Jackson, because like I said, Michael Jackson had people fainting when they touched. So,
and I'm saying he's not as big as Michael Jackson and the Jackson 5 was, let alone 80s Michael Jackson.
Yeah, so what I'm saying, in music, he is number one. Like that's irrefutable.
I disagree.
You can't. There's numbers behind this to prove it. Like, you're just agreeing with facts right now. So
I don't know about the facts.
I was just trying to get into perspective how big of a moment this is, because I don't know much about Bad Bunny, if anything. If you know in the comments, let us know.
That should tell you all you need to know about him.
But this was a fun street fight. Bad Bunny, he definitely held his own. There was a spot where he gets Falcon arrowed off of some kind of crate through a table. This was outside on like the entrance ramp part. And I'm thinking, well, if he's this big star and he's taking this kind of bump, good for him. That was a good bump. But let's get to the better part of this match. So towards the end of this match, it really went off the rails. Finn Balor and Dominic, they run out to help. So now we had a 3-on-1 against Bad Bunny. All of a sudden, out comes Rey Mysterio. And he comes out and he's trying to help even the odds. But again, they've got the numbers. So we need someone else out. And to everybody's surprise, and by the way, if you heard the pop, that was probably equal to like just under Bad Bunny's pop. But I spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool. Carlito runs out. He evens the odds in an LWO shirt.
He looked good.
Yeah, he's jacked.
He's jacked. He looks like a Tuco.
Yeah, still got his hair.
Still got the hair. But it's not as, I don't know, it's different.
It's not as wild as it was.
Actually, I think it looks more wild. It's like he just slept in the back of his car and woke up ready to fight.
He probably was, He ain't been in work for a while.
I think he's still wrestling in Puerto Rico.
Oh, well, that's probably why he got such a big pop.
Yeah.
And because, he's from Puerto Rico.
Yep.
But he runs out. He evens the odds. He does a backstabber on Dom. Takes a bite of his apple. As he's taking the bite, Dom attacks him. Rey Mysterio, he attacks Dom. He gets him in the position for the 619. He does the 619. Then Carlito spits the apple in Dom's face. Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio. They're all out of the ring. They're trying to leave. So on one side, you have Carlito and Rey Mysterio. And then as they're trying to leave, out comes Savio Vega. Now he's in the entranceway. So now they're sandwiched in between Savio and Rey and Carlito. Obviously, seeing just one Savio, they're like, what is this? We're going to go this way. And as they start to go this way, Savio calls off the LWO. So you got all these people versus two. And it's a mugging pretty much. Savio Vega gets his spot in. Oddly enough, I don't remember anything about him. So
he looks old and overweight. He
I
looked
like,
the opposite of Carlito, but to be fair, he is older.
Yeah, I was like, I remember Savio Vega having the jacket, but that was all I pretty much remembered of him. Like, I don't remember any of his moveset. I don't remember his finisher.
I remember he had
remember his
kicks.
theme song.
He had kicks and yeah, that's all I remember. Because D'Lo had the frog splash.
Yeah, we weren't exactly dealing with Stone Cold here, is what I'm trying to say.
Ironically
This
enough,
was like
Stone Cold and Savio Vega had a nice little rivalry.
they did. Yeah, that's funny that I mentioned Stone Cold because they did. That was one of the rivalries I remember him in. Probably the only one.
Didn't he start off with the Nation of Domination and then they kind of all split off? Yeah, wasn't the Nation of Domination Crush, Farouk, and Savio, and then they all like went racial? Or am I just pulling that out of my ass?
Crush was in, but I don't remember Savio Vega being in. Anyway, so yeah, they come out. Now they've all attacked just Dom and Finn. Meanwhile, this match is still happening, but it was no disqualification, so there's that. And we get Bad Bunny. He hits a sliced bread number 2 that got us a near fall. And then for the finish, he hits a Bad Bunny destroyer, aka a Canadian destroyer, and that is enough for the win. He beats Damian Priest.
So let's just say for the sake of argument, he is Michael Jackson. Can you imagine Michael Jackson in the 80s powerbombing and pinning Hulk Hogan or Roddy Piper or Macho Man Randy Savage?
No.
So why in today's day and age is some fucking no-name musician coming in and beating one of the top guys?
Well, I mean, you still had like the Mr. T's, and so you still had celebrity presence. Devo.
Absolutely, there was celebrity presence. Mr. T was in a tag match with Hulk Hogan, and Hulk Hogan got the win. Mr. T was just there to not lose. He didn't win. He certainly didn't dominate. He had that boxing match with Roddy Piper, but Roddy Piper didn't get his ass whooped. Roddy Piper was making sure that Mr. T knew that he was a celebrity coming into a real man's sport. Because back in the day, they actually fucking had pride in that shit. But now, you got this little musician coming in, and he's setting an example that anybody can do it. That's why we have Liv Morgan. And then you got people like Gunther just wasting away.
Well, I mean, it's not just anybody. It is Bad Bunny.
Who's not a wrestler, who's not an athlete.
But you know, just
he's a musician.
His appearance, that's probably gonna be all over any news press you want it on. It's gonna be all over that. It's gonna be all over social media.
Then he could have sang a fucking song, or he could have sang somebody's entrance music. He could have sang Rey Mysterio's entrance music.
Well, he also wrestles. He likes to wrestle.
This is his second match.
I'm just saying, he's like one of those celebrity wrestler appearance things like Logan Paul.
Okay. I like to fuck too, but that doesn't mean I should be in porn.
But you could be. If you wanted to, you could be. I'm not saying you just get up and go right now. You're like, there's gotta be some things that need to be worked on, obviously.
That's my point. That's my point. You got somebody just coming in. It's not like he beat The Miz. That would make sense. Or Baron Corbin. But Damian Priest's position is one of the top middle guys. And now he's ruined.
I think
he's ruined.
I don't think he was ruined. That was such a high-profile match.
He had a 30-minute match with a musician. When Kevin Owens powerbombed Machine Gun Kelly through that announce table, imagine if they actually had a match and Machine Gun Kelly won clean.
Oh, that's different.
No, it's not. It's the same fucking shit.
Didn't Fred Durst do something in ring? Or was he just a musical all the time?
I think they just sang. I mean, they may have like done something where he hit him with a chair or something.
Gotcha. ICP. They were wrestlers.
They didn't really wrestle. And they certainly didn't beat anybody worth noting. They were a sideshow act.
But they wrestled. And I'm just saying, as a high profile
I don't even think they wrestled. They just did moves.
They just did their spots. Well,
They were with the Oddities, where they all kind of they were like a little circus. They just were all a group and they just did things.
probably.
So, yeah, I don't think that's a good. You can argue Zeus, but then again, you got a big muscular black dude.
Yeah.
It's believable.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't like it, but I didn't watch it. So,
Well, I was thoroughly sports entertained.
there you go.